What's good, y'all? Did you miss that, Casey? Did you miss the what's good, y'all, in the beginning?
What do you mean?
It's been a
I
while.
never met.
It's been a while since we
Yeah,
did
of
this.
course, I never missed it.
No, you did miss it.
People miss my face.
That's true. This is one of the first times you've been on video in a long time too. It's the first time for everything. What's good, y'all? And welcome to a nice little one-off feature on the Rosemary Aggregate playlist
You,
here on
you used to say "What's good, y'all" all the time. I don't
You
know. I
never
don't know about
notice?
that. Maybe not.
I
Maybe not.
I picked it up at some point, and then I just realized it became a thing after a couple episodes of everything, and then I just like made it a thing. I made sure that I started every single thing that I did by saying that. At least over a year, I've been doing it. So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
From the
I don't. I don't listen to your intros all that much, I guess.
From the top, what's good, y'all? And welcome to a nice little one-off feature on the Rosemary Aggregate playlist here on our YouTube channel, where Casey and I simply want to have a discussion about the future of Grand Theft Auto. Straight up, Casey and I have talked about GTA 6, GTA Online, and everything in between multiple times a week for probably years now, whether it be on a podcast, while we're playing a game, or just through text. We're pretty much obsessed with wondering what could be next, so we decided to just hit record and finally document all of our thoughts. So, Casey, I think it's the best way to handle this is to go in sort of like a chronological order of what we think is going to happen next. Do you think?
Video really fucks this up because all I want to do is fuck around with the video.
Just pretend like it's not there. You know what? Just put like your notes or something. Slide it right over the video screen so you can't even see us. You know. We know in the second half of 2021, which is only a couple months away, that we are getting the next gen version of GTA 5, which they described as expanded and enhanced. And the PS5 owners will get GTA Online for free at launch as well. So that in itself is pretty important information because it tells you that GTA Online will finally exist as a standalone product. It's as opposed to being, something that's attached to GTA 5 as it's always been. GTA Online is now just going to exist on its own the same way that Red Dead Online exists on its own now. It's going to be free for everybody that has a PlayStation 5. I'm probably assuming they're going to...
Which makes me think it's like its own separate thing.
Yeah.
It's like they had to. It's like it's a not. I know it's its own separate thing, but it's like a completely different thing than just GTA on old GTA Online. Like I
Yeah.
don't feel like they would have to re-release the app for everybody if it was, if it was.
It just seems like, I think honestly for hard drive space too, like so much of that game's space, it comes from the voice acting and all of those files that are saved over on the GTA 5 side of things. So just pulling it out and making GTA Online its separate thing, if you wanted to just download online because you beat the story and there's no point in just keeping that stuff on your hard drive for no reason, then you can just download GTA Online. I would think maybe like $19.99 if you don't have GTA 5. If somebody just now got a PS5 and has never played GTA before and just wants to play GTA Online, the same as Red Dead, maybe $19.99.
Yeah. It just makes me it just gives me the this idea that like since it's going to be like a PS5 application or PS5 game, it seems like they're going to be able to do more with it at that point.
So, I mean, talking about that then, like, so what about the way they keep wording it, expanded and enhanced? We know enhanced means visually, but expanded, what do you think they'll expand on?
I think they're gonna like try to implement the new like rage engine that they used in Red Dead 2 and like do like new physics and like maybe put domestic animals in there. I don't think you'll see like anything like horses or any wildlife.
Yeah, I mean, like, animals are in GTA 5. Like, there's animals in that game, but they just never ported them over to the online version. Probably, I don't know, just...
I think space.
Yeah, and just the way things run and how smooth it is to have animals running around and another thing just kind of existing in the background just kind of like clogs things up and wouldn't run smoothly, and maybe they would mess with the frame rate. I don't know, but with a next-gen console, you'd think animals should be a surefire thing, right?
Yeah, I mean... I think animals are a big selling point to Red Dead. Like if you put animals in GTA, like what point is there? I don't mean to brag on the Red Dead players, but what fucking point is there to play
I,
Red Dead if you put animals and fishing into
I guess
GTA?
we should establish that off the top that Casey and I love Rockstar. We love Rockstar games. We love GTA, and Casey beat Red Dead all the way through. I played so much of the original Red Dead, just free roam with my friends and shit, and I love everything they did with that game. I love, the hunting and the fishing and the just the world that there is and everything you can do. But neither of us really give a shit about westerns. Like, westerns are not our style of game. We'd rather have something in a modern city, and we don't find ourselves going back to Red Dead Online hardly at all.
Never again.
And it's like
Ever again.
I like jumping in there just to mess around and maybe make a video. Like, funny things can happen, especially when you get mixed up with other people in that game. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't want to ride a horse and buggy, dog. Like, give me a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something modern. Give me big buildings, whatever. But with that being said, like,
I think they'll put more if they want to really expand the game, they can put like some of the Red Dead features that aren't hunting and fishing in, like maybe put like should probably turn that off. But like maybe put something in there like they should put in like the health bar and like the stamina bar and the food bar and like those like the survival tech things into GTA. That would be cool. Like having to like gas up your car and like that
amazing.
would be pretty fucking
I would
dope.
love to just like run out of gas while driving, and like, yeah, give me a meter so I know when that's going to happen. And like, even if it meant just pulling up to a gas station, getting out and pressing A, and there wasn't, I don't even care if there's not an animation, just give me the feature, because it makes for an interesting situation. If you and I are playing and I run out of gas and it's like, fuck, we're stranded, like, what should we do? Like, that's just I don't know, it's a cool thing especially when you're kind of like role playing as you play.
Yeah, and I think like even putting those survival tactics or like ideas into the game would just like severely impact the griefers on how much they just grief you over and if they had to like maybe feed themselves and like eat and drink, like I could maybe sprint away from their annihilator tank that's just chasing after me.
I mean, that's something we've talked about too. I mean, just different, you look at GTA Online and everyone that's playing it, that's streaming on Twitch and shit, you're seeing a lot of the people that are just playing the role-playing aspect of it. You're seeing GTA RP, you're seeing the no pixel servers, like that's what people are playing right now, and that's like one of the I think the most popular thing on Twitch right now, and the most popular videos on YouTube as far as gaming is concerned. Like, people are so entertained by that because it's like watching a TV show and you never know what's going to happen, and everyone just is so in character and refuses to break character, and it's hard to do something like that on a console version. One, because you don't have mods, you don't have this modded city where you can do whatever you want and be whoever you want, and it's hard to just like have somebody there that's regulating it and making sure that there's not people disobeying the rules and someone coming out of character and stuff. It's hard to
wasn't that what Rockstar was for?
Yeah. Like, that's the thing, they have
like,
so much money, they could hire a whole department that could do that. You know what I mean?
Like I don't like need the RP. Like you're already making a character. That's what the experience is supposed to be. Like, I don't make a character to step in the city and get gunned down by every person that's in, like, I don't know, like you're supposed to go in there to have this experience, not go in there and hopefully find out how many people I can kill.
Yeah, and like, I understand, like, you can't pull that away from everybody completely, because like that's what Grand Theft Auto is. You got a gun, you shoot shit, you get into a crazy mess, and like that's just the way people like to play. So like, have those servers exist, but then also just give us the option. If you want to just jump into a server where it's just like nobody fucks around, and if you do get into a fight, it's like, oh, we're just gonna like get into a realistic fist fight over something that we're actually talking about it because it's funny and relevant to whatever the role play that we're doing. But like, just one where people are just would chill, you know what I mean? One where just people just relax.
You could have like just a separate island where you could like fly to, kind of like Cayo Perico, and they fly into the in the island, and it's just like a free-for-all island at that point. If you really wanted to do something separate,
yeah, for real,
like it's not very hard to to regulate what's going on in the world. And I think like at that point you don't really need to give people a storyline to follow. They would create their own stories at that point, you
Right.
know?
Like, I don't need to be like have a job. Like, I know you can't do that in this current version of GTA Online. That's way in the future. But like, I just want to be able to just like tell my own story and mess around and just not have to worry about, oh, now I'm getting run over by a tank and now this guy's just like not leaving me alone. And it's like it's so simple to just when you start online, it gives just a black screen pops up and it says free for all or RP. Which one do you want to do? You know what I mean? It's just like I want to just like relax, or like even free for all relax. Let's not even give the RP title if you don't want to, but like you pick the relaxed one and people just chill. They don't do that. And if somebody does get out of hand and they are just being annoying and doing that, you just you vote to kick them, and enough people vote in, then they're out, and it's just
Well, that's the thing is like there is like an algorithm in the game setup where if you like are a clean player, quote unquote, like you'll get set into rooms with more clean players. But the thing is with like where with Red Dead that works because most of the players that play that game are like we're already playing the game kind of like the story or the campaign is set up so you play the game realistically. You don't run around killing everybody. You know what I mean? Like it's like where GTA, it's like it's kind of been set up like the same way the entire time where you can do whatever the fuck you want. The cops don't really act like like you don't get a bounty or anything. Where so like I don't know, man. I think what were you gonna say?
You think there's like an age difference too, where like people that are still playing Red Dead 2 are adults that like no that aren't playing for that reason. They're playing to like build up their character and have a good time and meet people and whatever. Where people that are playing GTA there's a lot of children. There's a lot of 13-year-olds that are just out there because like GTA's that M-rated game that like all their friends are playing and it's cool and they're just going in and blowing shit up.
I think so. I mean, I kind of, but at the same time, like I just think the game leans towards that in a way too. Like Rockstar kind of leans it towards that, and like they lean it towards this free for all when it could be like if it had direction to it, it could be really great. It could be a great fucking experience, like.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about hunting and fishing, and it's like you just bring those same animals that are in the regular GTA 5, you put them in GTA Online, and it's like you hardly even have to add this hunting mechanic because like we already have guns, like we already have something we could shoot these animals with, like it's there. You could just add a few like missions or like side things that we do, like different objectives, like the same way Red Dead does with like kill 5 rabbits or kill 5 deer, and it's like
yeah, and you could put even the butcher, like a butcher shop in there and do the same exact thing as Red Dead where you're selling meat to a butcher shop for money at that point, and it's a way to earn money without I don't know doing crime or doing like anything like that.
And that's the thing, it's like we both like love GTA. We love the fact that we have our own apartment, we have our own vehicles, we can do heists, and we can, go to the casino, go to the strip club. We can pretty much do whatever we want. But it gets to a certain point where if we want to play this game like, every day for months and months and months, we're gonna run out of things to do. So like they need to give us more after all this time, and they're not giving us a GTA 6 anytime soon. We've been playing this game since 2013. Like at this point we need more, and the casino was huge. Like that was a big update that we got not even that long ago, but like you got to keep doing that regularly and keep switching things up so that we have something else.
And it's like the heists are cool, and like the heists keep like the crime aspect of the game like going, but like at this point like you have this huge world where like you could create something. You have so much in this world, you could create something out of it and like direct it in a certain path, but like I don't know, they just don't really. It just doesn't seem like, because with the RP servers, man, like even what they do in those RP servers is just amazing. It's like incredible to see like even what the developers do and how
And so much of that is just like built off of just like these interactions with people. It's like you meet somebody and it's like, hey, what are you up to? Oh, I was just gonna go do this. And it's like, all right, well, hey, let's run this with you. Like we want to join you. And it's like running into people and being able to actually, one, they're on a microphone so you can actually speak to them. Another thing we need is proximity chat. Absolutely, we need to have proximity
chat for sure.
So that when we walk up to somebody, we can just talk to them. But like, yeah, just getting into weird shit with other people where it's like we don't meet somebody and the first thing they do is pull their gun and shoot me. Like, it's so annoying and takes you out of that experience that you're trying to have, which again, for the millionth time, you solve that just by letting us choose in the beginning. Which version of this game do we want to play? How are we going to, what experience do we want jumping into GTA Online? And if,
Yeah, I shouldn't have to go into like a passive mode and look like a
yeah,
ghost in order to run around like the, like
yeah,
I shouldn't have to do that shit. Like there should be like a law system or like a justice system that's set up to where like people won't want to do this shit.
hmm
They like won't want to. Like, and you can set that up, and if people don't want to follow the rules, then like sorry, maybe you won't be $1 billion company, but you'll have
hmm
more of an enjoyable fucking experience in the long run where like I love like don't get me wrong, I love GTA and like I'll get into rooms where like dudes aren't blowing each other away and I'm having a great fucking time.
right.
But if you made a room like most of your rooms act like an actual world, you would be surprised of how much you can actually do in that world
hmm
that doesn't revolve around like running heists or breaking the law, or you know what I mean? Like
hmm
you can actually, because when you're not running a heist, like what is there to do that's not, I don't know, like killing other people?
hmm
I can understand why people start griefing because after a while it's just like, what else is there to do?
yeah.
You know, like there's no reason to meet anybody else around the air. You know, like there's
hmm
no reason to at
And
all.
that's the thing is like, we want GTA Online to be Second Life. Like, we want this to be a game that we can like make our characters sign on every single day and get into something different. Like, that's what we want from it. Like, and I know, like, again, in 2013 when it first released, like maybe that wasn't their intention, but like with GTA RP and with the way that's popping off, it's like things have gone in a different direction and people want something else out of this game now. And I think like that's when they need to,
I've
spin
heard
this.
I've heard the Rockstar execs hate GTA RP.
I'm sure
They
that
absolutely fucking hate it.
the thing is, like, I think they hate it out of jealousy and like a thing that's like somebody else took this game, made it into something amazing that everybody loves more than the game that they made. And like, I
Yeah,
would
and like
hate that if somebody took something that I created, made it better and something that everybody loved. Like, and then, but then, like, nobody even talks about the story anymore. Nobody even talks about the regular GTA Online. Nobody cares about the Mexico heist or whatever the fuck. Nobody cared about any of that. All anyone was talking about was something that they had nothing to do with.
yeah, it's like they have the RP aspect of it
Yeah.
where like, and like they in the beginning of the game could have leaned toward that, and like you can see aspects of the game that actually like kind of do lean toward that, like the movie theaters are only open at certain
Mhm.
times, and like you like the car washes and like certain shit like that where like or there's like certain little realisms about the game
Mhm.
where like were from the beginning that they like kind of had an idea of where they were going, and then all of a sudden they were like, you know what, we could do? Could make a shit ton of money
Yeah,
if we just
exactly.
made this a fucking war zone.
Yeah, I mean, see, you just mentioned money. The reason they hate GTA RP because everyone's playing it and they're not making a dime on it. Like,
Yeah, and that's it. Is like you want to know why GTA RP works, and you want to know why it works, and like is be and like one of the things you'd have to take away in order to make something like that work is fucking buying money,
Mhm.
because as soon as you can buy money in like an RP or like a real setting, it's like pay to win at that point.
But what the way around that is a monthly membership. I would pay $9.99 a month for GTA Online if it had all the things that we wanted it to have. If it was a full blown like Second Life, tons of shit to do, we can get in there and just like role play and relax and have fun and not have to worry about getting griefed. Like, that's a game that I want to pick up and play every day, and that's something I would pay a membership for. And there's perks each month. You know what I mean? You get
Yeah,
something from it.
if they took away the if they took away, okay, so it's they released GTA like the new like GTA 6, and you have a new city. They took away all your money, and then like yeah, they took away the option to buy money, and they made it like a subscription. Like I would definitely pay the nine ninety
Yeah.
nine just to like live inside that.
hmm
Like I don't know, man. There's something dope that happens in those RP settings where like there's only like like you like when you see like some like when another character sees a character like a certain car or like certain things, like it's like crazy. Oh, like oh shit, they have like I don't know. There's like a different feeling even
Yeah,
when you see like I don't know.
because it's real. I mean, it feels like real life. If
I guess
somebody was to have a dope
I
car.
guess I guess maybe if like if I was like if GTA was even set up where I like didn't think I was gonna die with every interaction that was coming
Mhm.
up, like I would have the chance to be like, oh, that's a pretty cool car. But I'm not. I'm always just like, do I need to get out my gun? Do I need to get out my gun?
Well, that's
Am I gonna die?
like
Am I gonna die?
we find ourselves avoiding other people, and it's like it shouldn't be that way. Like, but when I see someone that's like over a couple blocks, like I don't even want to mess with it because I know they're gonna want to kill me. Like, I just don't even want to approach them because that's
Yeah,
not the
you
interaction I want to
drive
have.
completely. You drive. Yeah, you
Mhm.
drive away from them or around them. Yeah, it's just like, come on. I would rather like go and check out and be like,
Yeah.
or not mind driving past somebody,
Mhm.
you know, and not.
But even things like
Uh,
as simple as like clothing and stuff, like have rotating stores where if you see somebody with a dope shirt, it's like, where the fuck did you get that? You know what I mean? Like they can show you,
yeah,
oh, I got it
having
at this shop, but it's only there at like this time or on this day, or like it's, it's out of rotation right now. It's like what makes the Fortnite shop so good is just like, the things are limited. You can only get it at a certain time. And then like if then it just kind of goes away and it comes back every now and then. But like I want
or I hate to
I want
or I hate to
the
bring it up, but like 2K shops too.
yeah,
You know,
seriously.
same thing.
It's like,
Like it's
I have the Santa hat in 2K, but like you can't get that right now. So seeing somebody in that, it's just like, man, I'm mad I missed that. And like it gives you a reason to want to turn on every day because you never know what's going to be there. Like I was about to say, like in Star Wars, like they did a thing with Fortnite back when I really wasn't playing much, and like there's Finn and Rey and Kylo Ren and a Stormtrooper. I don't have any of those because I wasn't playing then. And here I am just crossing my fingers that next Tuesday when it's May the 4th, that they do the same thing they did last year and give us that Star Wars stuff for a day to download. And I'm going to go in there and spend fucking $50 in the Fortnite store because I just want to get those skins. And it's like if you limit stuff like that, and then it's like I don't know, it gives it more weight. It makes it cooler. It makes people want to. Where instead it's just like they give us this, these Christmas outfits that we can wear during Christmas, but then they're just gone. Then they just don't exist
and
anymore.
and I've been saying this for a long time, and like I don't know why people haven't like why Rockstar hasn't done this, but like why aren't people doing live events on their online games like
Mhm.
Fortnite does?
Yeah.
Like it's like you could literally make GTA online and then do live events where like you could literally further a story at that
Mhm.
point around what you guys are doing in your
Mhm.
like can't do that now because as soon as you try to do a live event someone's going to pull out their tank
Mhm.
and try to fucking fire at everybody.
Mhm.
But if you had like a real like a I don't know a system in place that kept everybody, you know, like
Mhm.
doing their own thing, like as soon as that live event comes, that would be dope, you know, like
Imagine like even like weather related events. Like, do you know how hyped we get when the snow was coming back like 4 or 5 years ago when that was first a thing? Like just knowing, like I remember like every single day, like Steve and I talking at work. It's just like, is the snow there yet? It's December 22nd. Nope, not there yet. Then December 23rd rolls around. It's like it's fucking snowing in Los Santos. Let's go! And like we are all excited to go home and just play in the snow. And it's like we don't even have to do that just in the winter. Like maybe every, I don't know, 3 months it just randomly snows, or maybe there's a hurricane, or maybe there's just like do crazy things in the game that's just like you don't want to miss it. You want to turn it on so you don't miss that. I remember Casey, you and I were super excited about Anthem because that's kind of what they promise with like weather related events and just things that are going to go on in this world. And like I text you and say like, hey man, you got to get on. There's like torrential downpour and this giant like fucking Godzilla looking thing is out here. Like we got to take it and see what loot comes from it. And like that's exciting and cool. And it's like that would get us to want to jump on and like see what this is. Like obviously it's not going to be a giant monster, although imagine Godzilla running through Los Santos, dog.
Jesus Christ, I'd rather kill
Everybody's on the
myself
ground
at
with their
that
fucking
point.
machine guns trying to kill Godzilla.
I'd rather kill myself
But you
at
know what I'm
that
saying?
point.
Yes, live events, just something where it's
Yeah,
constantly
no,
updated and just like,
I mean, I
um
said I'd kill myself, but I would definitely be there to shoot at Godzilla for sure.
yeah, you wouldn't miss that shit.
Yeah,
So what?
but no, that's
So and they're on the realistic side of like GTA Online. When we get this new version in the second half of 2021, what else? Like, if there's anything else that you think it's actually going to include before we move on to the things that like are probably way in
I
the
think
future.
we'll get more like something you can port right over from Red Dead is like more realistic facial hair, like realistic looking facial hair.
Yeah, I mean
Like stuff that actually grows off and hangs off your face, you know.
and just the character creator in general, like, could use an overhaul. Like, it's again from 2013. Like, we could use like just like a better way to make us look like ourselves. Like, it's just kind of dated.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. They like I think a lot of the stuff from Red Dead that you see graphically and insist like engine wise is going to be implemented into GTA. I think we'll have better graphics. We'll have like a better weather. Like how in like Red Dead you see like the weather collecting.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
think you're gonna see that. Um, like we're gonna have like the different physics and everything. Like I think that's like most of the stuff that we'll see.
Yeah. I think like a lot of this
Hopefully,
boils down to like, so I'll ask you then, this GTA Online update that's coming, how, I don't even know how, like, there's so many questions that need to be answered before like we can kind of move on. And it's like, how long is that the only thing that we have? How big is it? Is that, let's jump forward. When GTA 6 releases, whenever that is going to be, does that include a GTA Online? What does a new GTA Online come after? Is GTA Online 2 even a thing, or are we always going to be in the same GTA Online that we're in now, but it's just going to keep getting updated and updated and overhauled, and it's always going to exist like as the app that we have on our
I,
PS5 now?
I think yeah, I think the GTA Online and Red Dead Online are the only two apps you're ever gonna have. I don't think you'll ever see a GTA Online
Right.
2 or a Red Dead Online 2 even after GTA 6 releases.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is what they're gonna do. I think when GTA 6 releases, you're gonna have Vice City, which they've been talking about, and with Vice City, um, they'll just release that onto GTA Online, and you'll start in San Andreas. You'll drive down to Los Santos International Airport, and you'll buy a plane ticket and fly into Vice
Yeah.
City, and that will be your experience, like you do if you played the Cayo Perico heist, which I know you haven't, but other people
Mm-hmm.
like. You fly a plane, and it like loads you into a new. It, like, okay, Bob. But it look the cat's over here choking on a hairball. Don't mind him.
I did. I
But
heard something in the background that was like,
don't mind him. Let him get to it. But it like loads it like you fly to the certain point in the sky and it loads you into the
yeah.
island. So I think like you'll just get on an airport and like throughout time I don't know if GTA 6 is going to have the Project Americas or what or if they're going to but I think if they do have it, I think throughout time we're gonna get kind of like city releases
Mm-hmm.
instead of heist releases. We're gonna get entire city
Yeah.
releases where you fly into the city, you check it, you check it out. It has its own heists. They'll add shit to this, like, and at that point, like, you will have every area that's been released in GTA 6 that you can fly to and own properties in and do every. I don't think they'll cut your money. I don't think you'll make a new character. I think they're literally like this GTA 5 this GTA Online right now is going to be updated to the
Mm-hmm.
point where it might even look like GTA 6. Like they might
So
even make it.
thinking back to again, I'm going to relate this to Fortnite because Fortnite is an app that you downloaded years ago and it was what it was, and they've just continued to update this free game over and over again to the point where it's like, they do their seasons. They went to season, I don't even know, 20 something, whatever, and then they just like went black. They had the like whatever was going on in the world where like the black matter thing everything got all sucked up, whatever. Game went dead for like 2 days straight, then all of a sudden it exploded and we had Fortnite chapter 2. and it was like it's the same game, it's the same app that we had, but they just kind of rehauled everything, reinvented the game a little bit, changed the map up, and now we're still playing the same game. We didn't have to buy a new one. There's no 2 attached to it. Well, I guess there is chapter 2, but it's still Fortnite. It's the, the app is still Fortnite. It always just will be Fortnite. And I think of the same thing with GTA Online. It's like there may be
And
something where like, hey, we're going to go dead for a couple days while we install all this new stuff, but the new GTA update's coming on this day. And it's like, I think there's going to be 2 different versions, only that there's going to be a last gen version, there's going to be a next gen version, because all the new updates that's going to happen with, if like you're saying, if you're flying to a new city, or even if they just expand the map in general, and like we do eventually get like in America, that's you just travel to from point A to point B, like in the Crew 2, but just in a GTA version. That's not going to be in the current gen one. So like the game as it
yeah,
is will remain in current gen, and all the further updates that come to it will be a next gen only thing.
yeah, I can see that. I just don't think you'll have like a full like America where you travel. I don't think GTA's.
Yeah.
I think it will be like almost like a Destiny thing where you choose where you want to
Mm-hmm.
go, and then they load you into that world.
Mm-hmm.
Like but yeah, I don't at this point. I These systems actually rely on fucking Rockstar so much that I don't even think they will like. I think they're gonna step away from the old gen, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a next gen thing. And like I think that's why even like I think Rockstar actually like where like Cyberpunk and like these guys get fucked. Rockstar actually lucks out where they're like, hey, wait till release your online a little bit where like we have the systems rolling. So
Mm-hmm.
when you release it, like it's just a reason to buy the new system at
Mm-hmm.
that point. Like I don't know anybody that plays GTA Online, if they can't play the new shit on their old system, like they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
lose it and they're gonna buy a new system as fast as they possibly fucking can.
No, I
Like
think you're right. I think the having separate areas. I mean, we even got Liberty City. Like we had GTA 4, we had Liberty City in that game. It's a fully functioning city that we can bowl in and play darts and whatever the hell else we could do
yeah,
in that game.
and that's what people like forget to like they have these assets
Yeah.
like the city is built,
Mm-hmm.
like they have it on like a computer of some kind, so
Mm-hmm.
like they can go in and they can just like rehash it and retool it like other like I don't know, I think we live in this age where like that's why people think like a GTA Online 2 or Red Dead Online 2 is coming. Like we live in this age where that was like a thing,
Mm-hmm.
where like that's not it
Yeah,
anymore. It's
like
like
we
it
don't.
is sustainable applications
Yeah.
where like they just keep updating over and over again. That's why you got a Red Dead Online
Mm-hmm.
just separate, and that's why we're getting a GTA Online just separate. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so they can turn off the system at some point and be like, "Hey guys, we'll be back in this date,"
Mm-hmm.
and like Rockstar has that capability now. Like they don't have to,
Yeah, it's like I said, like Liberty City's just there. You know what I mean? So I, I'm not even saying that's not a possibility. Like I'm saying we could totally like when GTA Online comes out this fall for next gen consoles. Why couldn't they just upscale Liberty City and let us fly there immediately? Like that's part of the big update. Is like, hey, Los Santos is here. It's exactly what it was, but everything's upscaled. There's some hunting. There's some fishing. Whatever we've done that to it, but also go to the airport, hop on a plane. You can go back to Liberty City and do everything, and like just keep things going there, kind of.
Yeah, I think I think if they're doing the Project Americas, it's a very likely thing that yeah, they're building a whole other city
Mm-hmm. They're just like
for us to do
there
shit in.
has to be a reason. Like the PS5 reveal started with a Rockstar logo in the announcement that GTA 5 and GTA Online are coming to next gen. And that if it was just a simple port, if we were just getting like, oh, it's just going to be upscaled and it's going to look better, we would have had it by now. If they're waiting all the way until the next half of 2021, it's got to be something substantial. Like we,
Well, I think they're like that's like they're completely not only rebuilding like they're completely rebuilding Los Santos in like in their like their new they have a complete like why honestly think it's taking so long because it's going to look and play like Red Dead 2.
mm-hmm,
It's going to be better looking than maybe like GTA 5. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bash on the Red Dead 2 guys, but it still looks fucking good. It
Mhm.
like gives Red Dead 2 a run for its
Mhm.
money. And like even to look like that, like I think it's going to take a lot of time and they're going to have to rebuild everything in a new engine and
And
everything.
just even
So
just lighting and ray tracing, like all the things that the PS5 can do, that's gonna make things look better. And think about all the ways that they probably had to compress GTA 5 to get everything to function, where now they can just kind of like loosen up on those things and just let it work the same way it does in a PC. Like it's gonna look a lot better. Like that SD or that Jesus, the solid state drive is going to make a world of difference compared to the hard drives that we are working on with current gen.
oh yeah, dude, it's going to be insane. And I think they made a new engine for Red Dead 2. They're obviously implementing that engine like in it. I don't know how long it takes, or even if they have to rebuild elements or all the elements in the engine. I'm guessing they don't because why would they you know? But they could just use all the elements. But like, if we're not getting a new city, then um, we're definitely getting a lot of like a lot of gameplay changes or a lot of like like stuff like that, like the Red Dead like meters, like the life
Mm-hmm.
meters, and like or like you know how you had like perks on Red Dead that you could select from
Yeah.
when you leveled up? You had like stuff like that. I think I could see them giving shit like that to even add like role playing elements to the game. You know, like
So next question would be, so first of all, how far away do you think from a GTA 6 like announcement we are? Like not release date, announcement. When are they going to acknowledge that it exists and start talking about it?
oh, I don't think you're gonna get a announcement until after GTA Online releases.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be at the same time. It's gonna be coincided with it,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll probably have like something you see in the GTA 6 trailer, like in GTA Online,
Right.
just for like a new like you know what I mean. Maybe they release like the new city and you can go explore around the city before the campaign. You know what I mean? Like,
So
why not?
so we talk about how GTA Online is always just going to exist as it is. It's just going to be GTA Online. So then what is GTA 6? Is there no online component, or is it, is it just a campaign only, or like something that I was just thinking of literally off the top of my head right now, is it going to exist in a way that's like GTA 6 is out, when you buy it, it unlocks that city that you can fly to?
I think they could do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would be a really good way to get like not only people to buy your game, but
Yeah.
people to it's like DLC
Because if
at
they
that
release
point,
it
you
with no
know? Like
online, like it's gonna be the worst selling GTA of all time. Because
but
so
I,
many people just don't play for the story, and I know you're not one of those people, and I would still buy
I
it
was about to
too.
say like
But like
yeah,
if all there was, like if it's just campaign, but that same exact city and every other element to it was just incorporated into GTA Online for free, and you just installed that with an update on the same day, then that's gonna like really hurt sales. So I think the smartest way to do it would be that it's just like
I think
release GTA 6, and then when you buy that game, it unlocks that city as a place you can fly to. Like you get a plane ticket to go fly to that city
I
with
think
your copy.
I think at this point, man, I think Rockstar realizes like they don't need to make another GTA
Period.
ever.
I know.
They don't have to. So I could see them releasing the city. You can go explore around the city and online, and then they release the game and if it sells poorly, it sells fucking
Hmm.
poorly. Who gives a shit? You know, at that I don't know, like they don't want it to obviously,
Hmm.
but like they can use GTA Online to like sell like to even sell their game, like implement like parts of the story into the online.
Hmm.
Honestly, what I think they want to do, and people are going to be I don't know if like people would be mad not having a GTA 6, but just put the story into GTA Online.
Hmm.
So when I fly into fucking Vice City or Liberty City, wherever the fuck, I'm like Nico Bellic,
Right.
or I'm like, like I'm a new guy coming into
And
the
that's the
city
thing, is just
working
like
my
every GTA game, of GTA 3, GTA 4, GTA 5, you were always a character. You never created your character and just played your own story, where it's like that could be the next move for them, is like whether you're male or female or whatever you are, like you're just the main
Like
character in the story.
you're the main
Yeah,
character.
and like
Yeah,
you can turn it
that's
on, you can play your story in this city that you're in, or you can just mess around online. It's just like those things coexist, like a
like
skate game. A skate game, you just create your character, you go on through the entire story mode, or you can just skate around with your friends. Like you're still the same guy in the same city.
I think yeah, like that's it. Is like they've you'll have like parties where like in Division how like you can do story mode
Right.
with four other people. Like I think that's what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Like I think it was like I think their way of doing that in GTA 5 was to give you three different
Right.
characters. So like now you could just play with three different other
Yeah.
people
Because
and like
so much has
who
changed.
wa- okay, let me ask this to like an audience or whoever is listening. Who wants like I would love a GTA 6,
Uh-huh.
but who really wants them to release a GTA fucking 6 solo campaign
Yeah.
when you could have an online
Hmm.
campaign with your friends?
And
Like
so much has changed since that game was released in 2013, as far as like streaming and people co-oping on streams and just like the way we play games. And like most people like to, like, yes, single player campaigns, they're not dead. A game like The Last of Us 2, amazing, love. But a game like GTA, where just anything can happen and it's just like this open world and crazy shit, that's something you do want to enjoy with your friends. And like, yes, there's the option there if you want to play it solo, but you also got to give us a way to just like play it co-op with everybody. And like to be able to
yeah.
just jump into a stream where we're just like running through these missions and playing GTA. And like we talked about wanting more things to do in GTA, where it's like if we could just play missions together, that's something to do. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we can fuck
And like,
around and just go hunting or go bowling or whatever, but at the same time we could also just like go talk to this guy and like get this mission and then like just go on this like journey together.
and like there is that in GTA, but like it doesn't feel like a seamless thing where
Oh
like you
yeah.
have to go into a different menu
Hmm.
and then you have to start the game where like it's not this seamless like I don't know like they have like these impromptu races in GTA Online where it's like a seamless thing. Like you park next to each other, you fucking start the race, you pick where you want to go, and you race to it.
Hmm.
And like they need more things that like work in the free roam world like
Right.
that, where you know, like maybe if someone's doing a heist in the free roam world, like you can't do one because
Right.
someone else is, and you have to wait. You know, make these things happen in the free roam world where you know, it'd be cool like to go actually like, you know, yeah, like walk up to a dude, get a mission, or experience the story.
Hmm.
Like they tried to do that with the heist, but like it didn't feel like like a regular GTA story, you know? Like I think they're getting that down. They're like getting that they're the most recent heist that they've come up with feels like that. Where
Hmm.
like you walk in, you go into a cutscene, you watch the cutscene, you step out of it. Like these seems like they're getting like a direction to it, and like they know what they're finally like want to do with it after not 8 9 years. So anybody that's waiting for Cyberpunk, you're gonna be waiting a long time.
Yeah, it just seems like the game is just it's set in the past. Like it plays like an old game. I mean, this game's released on PS3 and Xbox 360, and they play and feel kind of like PS3 and Xbox 360 games. Like this game, GTA only needs a complete overhaul of just like menu screens and just everything that you do in that game doesn't feel new and up to date. It feels a little ancient, and like I really hope that this, you know, second half of 2021 GTA next gen update gives us that. It gives us a full like, new experience where like everything just feels brand new. But I don't know if it's going to be. That may be something that's like, again, GTA 6 launches and alongside it is this grand update, and I think that might be what we're waiting for. But I don't know. But like it
I
just
don't.
needs to be
I
newer.
think we're getting like. I think we're. I don't know. I think like. I don't think the game feels all that bad now. I mean, it does
Mhm.
definitely feel old, but
I think it's just like it
like
kind of
some
feels old, but it's also paired with the fact that it has been the same since 2013. So it's like at this point we're just so used to it that we just like want it to be freshened up a bit. You know what I mean? Like we just want it to feel new.
Yeah, like they could definitely put like a new touch to like the menus and everything. I think everything works good.
Yeah.
I just think like they just need to point it in like a certain direct. I don't know, like actually have I don't know,
I'm
like
talking simple things like even just like fonts and colors, just like the way our
yeah, like so yeah, that's what I
yeah,
mean. You like
like even when you're shopping for clothes, just the font that's used and the way we scroll through them, just like if everything just looked different and a little more modern, then I'd be happy.
literally like that I was actually thinking that when you brought it
Mhm.
up, like if it just like had different like fonts for it, like it would be a
Do you want to say your piece about the phone animation, Casey?
oh yeah. Just like Red Dead Online. You want to know what the one thing that got me to stop playing Red Dead Online? I couldn't grow my beard, and like if I get on that fucking PS5 GTA Online update, and my guy doesn't pull out his damn phone and look at it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Like it's in the story mode.
Mhm.
It's even in the game you made. I don't know what, like kind of like on Red Dead Online. What made you think like we're just gonna take this out? Like why?
We don't need
Why?
that animation.
Why?
Fuck making it look realistic. Let's just have him stand there while you're scrolling through your phone.
Yeah, like why? It's in the game. It's there.
you
Like why? It's kind of like taking out the growing of the beard. Like we're just gonna take that. Like
you
why? Why would you take
you
that
know
out? Like
something I want? When you got your phone open and you're scrolling through it, if you go on the touchpad and swipe, it's like swiping through a phone. You know what I'm
he
saying?
does that. Like he even moves his thumb across the
Oh
screen.
yeah.
Like it's even like yeah, like it's like like it's in the
Oh,
game.
okay.
Even in first person, it's in the game. He literally looks at his phone in first person and fucking it's there. I don't know why they decided to take it out. It's the shit that decided to take out,
Yeah.
but they leave like the movie theaters has times to them.
hmm
It opens and closes. Like why?
Um.
I literally my phone hovers in front of my face and I'm standing like this when it's
Looking at these notes that we wrote in together. Just a few of the things that we haven't covered yet that we probably should. The law system. Casey, we have video proof of any video we've ever made. It's just like you get into a fight, you do anything wrong, like literally just punch somebody in the face. Those cops get out of their cars, draw guns at you, and shoot you to death. And it's like
but
that's too much. Like let's.
wasn't it you that was saying like GTA 4 actually had like like you if you
Yeah.
didn't fire at them you could like put your
Yes,
hands
your
up
hands would
and
get put up. You'd
they
get
would
down on
arrest
your
you?
knees, and they would arrest you. And you're like the next scene when you woke up, or like whatever, when it fades to black, it
You'd be
fades
like
back in.
stepping
Police,
out
yeah,
of the
yeah.
prison, right? Yeah. Like why did you take that out of the game?
Like again,
What
it
is
breaks realism. Like if I'm sitting there just wanting to play and have fun and kind of role play a little bit, but just have like a just having a good time with my friends. I punch somebody in the face and all of a sudden I'm shot dead. Like that's just like, oh, it's funny for a second, but then it's just not. It's just like arrest me.
I
Like let's come on.
and that's the things I think you'll see that in a I think you'll see something like that. Another thing what I just thought of is I think you'll see like the paramedics actually pick up the
hmm
people and put them in the ambulance instead of just standing over their dead body like we saw and like taking a report and then just leaving them there.
Right.
Like remember when we saw those things, we were like, aren't you gonna do something about this dead body? And they just like walked off and like drove away.
And like, yeah, it's funny, but like it does break the realism. And it's like, again, Second Life. I want this game to be Second Life. I want it to be as realistic as possible.
And like you obviously know Rockstar wants to do something like
hmm
that. Like they made Red Dead 2,
hmm
which is exactly like that. Like so like I think now that they have the power with the PS5 and the upcoming generations, like they will do that with GTA. Like I think they'll do something. Well, not like I'm talking about like more like have the NPCs kind of
Yeah, yeah,
act
yeah. No,
more like, you
the
know what I
face I
mean?
just made is something totally irrelevant. I'm going to bring it up in a second, but you're going to hate it. But like, actually think about it.
Um yeah, but that's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like I think they'll have like what we heard before with the trunk space, like I think maybe that will like play a factor. I would hope like something
I would
like
love
shit
that.
like little.
So I was thinking about that. It's like when in Red Dead Redemption, your horse matters. You store things in your horse. Like that's a place where you can like carry extra shit when you've got your pockets filled with all this other stuff. I remember in there's another game that kind of does the same thing. I think it was Mafia 3. I think you treat your car kind of like that too. But either way, yes, let us have our actual vehicle. have some use, like it's attached to us.
Yeah,
Day,
like if
Days Gone, your
like
motorcycle was like another character in the game. Like your motorcycle, you had to take care of it. You had to give it gas. Like it meant something. Like have our cars be that. If we're like starring a car, like this is the car I want to drive today. This is the car that matters. I can put things in the trunk. Yes, I can. I have to fill it up for gas. Like I have to take care of it. This thing matters to me.
yeah, like in yeah, exactly. And like maybe maybe it costs more to get it back,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe like you can't get it back for a
Mm-hmm.
certain time limit. But like, yeah, have trunk space where I can put things into the
Yeah, it's like
trunk.
I want to
Maybe
go to the trunk
maybe
and pull out this big ass gun that I can't carry because it's so big. Like I don't want to carry a bazooka on me. You can take that away. But let me walk to my trunk, pop that fucker open, grab this bazooka, and then have it.
and that's what I think. I think Red Dead Online did a really good job of making it so your character doesn't have like an inventory
Yeah.
where like you don't have to like worry about like carrying space, but they still made it so like I can't carry more than two
Mm-hmm.
guns at a time. Like so, like if I walk in and I pull out that RPG out of my trunk, that's all I carry.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have. I can't whip out three
Right.
different other guns. Like
And again,
and like yeah, putting gas into the fucking car
yeah.
is like a very small thing. Like the game is based around how much money I make. So like if I have to upkeep on my car, it's gonna make me decide like maybe what
Mm-hmm.
car I want to buy, or what car, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, or what car I want to use. That and trunk space is another thing. Like if it had more trunk space, like maybe I want to use an SUV because I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing, like I think there's like shit like
And again,
that.
if they're afraid of just like losing out on all these young players that love the game as it is and love to just mess around in here as their friends and don't want that realism, don't want that simulation, then that
Yeah,
just comes down to the two different modes. Like you're choosing
you can go play the
you're
I was about to say you can go play the PS4
yeah, that's the
version
thing.
then.
Like, if they do this update to the PS5 version, the PS4 one can still exist, and you can download that on your PS4, and you can or on your PS5 and play that as it is. Like, this next gen update could be the overhaul and like the simulation that we want it to be, or like I said, it could just be you choose the option and like if you choose like the old school version, like you choose the retro version, then you're going in and you're getting full access to everything. If you're choosing this simulation version, then yeah, you do have to get your guns from the trunk. You don't just have your full inventory on your person at all times. Like that's the game I want to play, and I'm not sure if we'll get that, but like that's what this discussion
Or
is for.
even the fact of like if ammunition only sold like if they only sold like pistols, and you had to go buy like automatic weapons from a dude in the back, like out of the back of
Yeah.
his trunk and shit like that. That would be dope.
Hmm.
And these are like these little tiny like loophole, or like little tiny
Hmm.
steps that you have to go through. Like I don't think you understand like how awesome it
Yeah.
like I don't know, like if I don't have to go through like if I'm not having to go through every single step the same way
Hmm.
every time, that gets a little monotonous. But like some little steps are okay to go through, like filling up my car with gas. Like
Hmm.
it's monotonous, but it's something I know I have to do every, or feeding
Yeah.
myself. It's
And
like
that's just the problem, is just like that's what me and you want. We want this simulation, we want this real game where it's not what everybody wants. Some people do just want the streamlined version. Like if I want to buy a gun, I just want to go to one place and it's all just there. I don't want to have to like do this thing where then I follow this guy out to his car and he pops open his trunk. Like they think that's just extra work and they don't want that, because like we're just different types of players. Like that we're just two completely different people. We want different things. But to have the option, then if they're not just gonna just completely just make it so that's the only way, it's like in NBA,
like
and
and it's I think it's crazy
yeah,
to say that, because people say that they don't want that, and then they go watch RP.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, I don't want that. I want the
It's like
streamlined
it's
version.
like
But
an
then they go watch RP, and it's just like, but
It's like NBA.
what do
It's
you
like NBA
want?
2K. It's like they can give us the shot stick, but they can never take away the button, because like you just can't. Some people like a streamlined, easier
That's
way, and it's like
true,
want
but
you want to push it forward, and you want to be
maybe
able to just like be. This is the way it is now. It's simulation. We want it to feel real. This is the way you have to play. But then they're afraid of losing players. So it's like
that's true.
this
I mean,
balancing act of like not knowing what's not wanting to make the move that's going to kill the game, but not also not wanting to hold it back. So I don't know.
I know it's my bias, it's my biases
Yeah.
and everything, but it's just like I want to be that asshole that says like I just think people would like it more if you just changed it. Like, I think people would literally like it more. I honestly think they would. Like, it's just like one of those things where, even if you didn't have to follow a guy, like if the ammunition was one store and like the other guy was just like in a house in a different spot, and you just had to drive up to him and like buy him there. I don't know. It just these things that like would make the game. I don't know.
Something else we had on here. You worked on skateboarding. Do you think that's actually a possibility? Do you think they could implement something skateboarding? Here's a fun fact: Rockstar released one of the first skate type skateboarding games called Thrasher Skate and Destroy back in the day. That was a Rockstar game, so they're not new to making skateboarding games. They just implement those same settings, and we could be grinding on the sidewalks. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I hope skateboarding is a thing. I honestly think something like bowling and skateboarding will be saved for like Liberty City. So like you'll have different activities in the different cities where like you have tennis and golf in like Los Santos because that's where it's like California. You'll have like bowling and fucking baseball or something like, or basketball, or
This is bringing
skateboarding
back up 2K. It's like you can ride a skateboard in that game and even do tricks on it. If 2K can figure it out, like I guess visual, whatever the fuck, whoever makes the 2K games, because they're just
aren't they under the same roof anyway too? Like aren't they under?
Yeah, Take-Two Interactive is who publishes the games, but like develop would be Rockstar and all their other Rockstar associated developers, and then Take-Two would be 2K, and then like Visual Concepts is who makes the 2K games. So that's the development team that works on those. So, but under the same publisher, yes, but like they can either way, it's like it's someone like Visual Concepts who they don't put much into changing their game and they can release one every single year. It can put skateboarding in there, like GTA can do some sort of variation of it. Like give us more ways to travel around, like bikes, scooters, skateboards. Like that'd be dope as fuck.
But I think the one thing that Rockstar, like Visual Concepts kind of, and like games like that kind of half-ass shit where like Rockstar, if they release skateboarding, for some reason it's gonna feel better than skate.
Yeah.
it's gonna be better somehow. Yeah. Like Rogar and I were playing GTA just recently, and he threw out the idea that like he's like I stopped playing. He's like, this kind of feels like The Crew, and it ruined The Crew for me because GTA literally has better racing physics than The Crew. And I can get out of my car and shoot at people if I want to. Like, I literally can get out of my car and go gamble at a casino, and the racing is literally better than a racing game. Like, I just feel like if they're going to release skateboarding, it's going to be like Thrasher on fucking drugs, and they're going to be like people are going to be like, why? It's going to feel really good,
But just like there's skate parks in the game. Like we just go. I think there might be like 2 of them, maybe. But like just going to them and just skating in them. And we once again we talked about basketball. Like why not have like a little park where we could just play like 3-on-3 pickup games? You know what I mean? Like just giving us something else to do. It's like if you've done tennis, if you've done bowling, if you've done golf, you could do a little pickup game of basketball. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be fun. You know what I mean? It just has to be fun.
It doesn't have like the tennis. Like the tennis isn't like
it's not top spin.
It doesn't look it doesn't look great, but like there's still something to it. It's fun to play.
It's competitive. If like you and your friend are playing and you're running out of things to do, it's just like, hey, let's go play a pickup game of basketball. See if anyone's over at the basketball courts. Like Second Life, dude. Like just give me different things that I can run over and do. And if like we're just driving by and we see 3 dudes standing there like waiting to play a game, it's like, oh shit, you want to play these dudes and pick up real quick, and like we'll just go play a game with them.
And like if your option, like if you have like, I know rules like are a thing people don't want to follow in this, like they want the streamline, but if you like your options were like one of them was to like killing people was off the table, you're gonna think about playing with them, or you're gonna maybe just drive past you if you don't like. You know what I mean? Like the worst part about right now in GTA is like if you tried to implement like even playing tennis in the free roam world, we would have been murdered 14 times while we were in the middle of that game. You know what I mean? Like it would be some guy would just roll up to us, blast us both, and be like, losers, and just drive away.
Or even just golfing. Like I'm up there on the green getting ready to putt, and someone just plows through me with a car.
Yeah, like fucking hits you with a fucking car, yeah.
But
A
like,
fucking
yeah,
airplane falls out of the sky
yeah.
and just crashes
And like
into you.
that would have been funny, like the first maybe one or two times, but after that, it's just like, God damn it, I'm trying to play
Yeah,
golf.
but please, guys,
Yeah.
please. Yeah,
Um,
that's one of those things. Is like, oh my god.
Something else you had on here that I love is a working stock market. Like, why not? Like a way to make money in the background, just investing in all these fake businesses that don't exist in GTA. Let's
And
go.
that's what I was saying too. Is just I was talking to a buddy of mine that plays it with us. Is when they release the heists, the worst part about it is like it makes the old heists null and void.
Mhm.
Like the new heist makes all the old heists like you don't even want to play them
Yeah.
anymore. There's really no reason to. And like to give a reason to these, it was to like take these businesses and link them to certain
Mhm.
heists. So like when I do a certain heist, it plummets the fucking
Mhm.
price or like raises other certain prices. So
Mhm.
like when you get on during the day and you look at the stock market and you have made investments, you can see what people like what heists are being run, like where your fucking stocks are, what heists you might have to do to boost those stocks back
Yeah.
up, you know, like
Or even something as
it's
simple
like
as like when you open up your phone there's a news page, or when you're listening to the radio and you're listening to the news, like you hear about like the CEO of this company just left, and like you're like, oh fuck, I have stock in that company, I'm gonna go pull those stocks. Like little subtle little things that they can toss into the radio or in news, or just something in the world where you're just like, that's gonna affect the stocks, and
yeah,
you do it.
and that would be cool too, is like not only do you have a hand in it with like the heists, because in GTA 5 story
Hmm.
mode, that's literally what you did.
Yeah.
You manipulated the stock
Hmm.
and like you could actually put money into it and earn a shit ton of money, because back in the day people had like $50 million with Mike
Hmm.
because of how they manipulated the stock, because like you did missions that literally did
Hmm.
that. So like it would be cool to not only have your hand in it, but like maybe every week within Rockstar Newswire they could like while you're loading into GTA Online, they could be like, the CEO of this business just left,
Hmm.
so maybe think about where your stocks are going, you know, and like you would have to be like, oh, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna reapply my stocks. Like I
Hmm.
don't know, yeah, working stock market would be dope, and I think they were thinking about doing it because you go on GTA Online now and it's there.
Yeah.
You just it's just like please, it's like this is only available in the story mode. You're like
Hmm.
fuck you.
You also wrote in MMO elements like crafting, and I do love that also. I think again, just like if there was something we needed, like a gun that we wanted in the game that we couldn't just go buy, that we needed to like get these parts for, that would like you had to go do this one mission over here where like this guy gave you this thing, then like you have to go on this wild goose chase to find this other thing, or like this guy's driving in a car and like he's got it in his trunk, so you need to like take him out and then take it out of his, like just different ways that you need to like get these different crafting elements to make the thing that you need. And again, that's things to do. It's like if I go jump on the game, you've got this gun and I'm like, shit, how did you get that? You're like, oh, I did the whatever mission. And it's like, then we can go run that together and then I can get that gun also. Like it's just the missions and the things that we do rewarding is something that other than money, because like money's cool, but also it's just like it's exciting to like we're not going to make GTA a looter shooter, but like the exciting thing about looter shooters is every time you open up one of those chests, you don't know what you're going to get, and like you get like this new shirt and you're just like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go put that on right now. And it's like there needs to be that sort of surprise element that like gets you excited to like do this new thing.
Yeah, yeah, something like exactly, or just like even having the ability to like I don't know, like yeah, like that would be cool to like do missions that got you
Hmm.
certain crafting elements that would like you would craft, or like even having like you would find elements in the city that like you didn't know what they did, and then you would have to find out what they did later on,
Hmm.
and like that would be dope
Yeah,
too.
like
Like I don't know,
GTA doesn't have a
No
lot of
Man.
things, does it? Like it has like you're just tons of weapons that you can use, but like not a lot of things, like items that you can hold on your person other than just like some snacks and some beers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is like the menu system isn't that bad
Mhm.
where like you could like flip through it and find
Mhm.
certain things, and like yeah, I think you could add more in that aspect of
Yeah.
yeah, like what like the things that you're carrying around, what you use them for, even how I don't know, like I think No Man's Sky does a really good job of that, of just throwing you into the game and expecting you to figure out what
Mhm.
the fuck is going on. I think that's one of the best parts about that is
Yeah.
just like figuring out what to do and what things do, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
You also
That's
mentioned
what I meant.
like strength and stamina, like how much your character can carry on their person, being how strong you are or how much stamina that you have. Like you know, if you're running for a really long time but you got a lot of stuff on you, you're gonna run slower because you've got all that weight holding you down. Like just like simple things like that that make you eh, pick and choose what you've got on your person instead of just like
Or
having everything on your arsenal at all times.
or even like even if like if I go to the gym and I work out, like my guy can be like have more
Yeah.
strength and get and be buffer, and he can like have do more, but he can't like obviously doesn't have like the stand, or he has like stamina, but he doesn't have like certain other
But like
things. You know what I
we
mean?
had that
Like
in San Andreas. Like your guy got fat if he ate a lot. Your guy got buff if he worked out a lot. Like that was a PS2 game. Like why can't we have that now? Like it was amazing.
I don't know. We got into this weird thing with games where we're just like we're gonna stop putting implementing all the things we had and just start
Hmm.
cutting things. Like I don't know. I think that's why a lot of people hate GTA 4
Hmm.
is because it didn't have those
Hmm.
things, and it was like a new step and like a new step
Hmm.
for like I think we'll get there at some
Yeah,
point, but
that's what I hope.
I just
Um,
I don't know. I
so is there anything else like as far as like what we wants and dreams for like what GTA Online could become?
I
We covered a
I
lot. We
think
talked for an hour. We covered a lot.
I think basically that's it, man. Is like it was just like this idea of like just like an MMO, like a Second Life. I literally
Yeah.
think they like everybody's thinking of like these games that they can release where like it will be like a Second Life or like a thing like that. And like GTA has the ability to do it like now. Like they literally have
And if
the
not, Saints Row 5 is coming, dude. Like
oh
that's
god.
gonna get announced this year. Could you imagine if all of a sudden Saints Row, like they spent all this time in the dark without releasing a game, and they were just like Saints Row Online, and it's everything we just talked about. It's just this amazing online world that we want to live in.
And like the one of the worst parts is like I played through Cyberpunk
Mhm,
and I could see some of the cool things that could happen if they made that like the online game that they were talking
mhm.
about, but like CDPR is just so
Yeah,
behind when they, like you just can't compete with someone like
yeah.
Rockstar unless you're fucking
And it
Rockstar.
sucks. It
Like
sucks to just like put so much like just like weight on one developer that's only releasing one game every fucking 6 years. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like we need them to make this game because nobody else is even capable on it. Nobody
no,
else even wants to touch it.
they literally make like and then when they try, they make really
Hmm.
buggy real and like Cyberpunk was a decent
Hmm.
game. It was good. I had fun with it, but like there is not nearly the amount of depth that there is
Yeah.
in GTA.
That's what's
Like,
insane. Like, name one GTA competitor out there. Name one. Like, there was Saints Row back in the day, but there isn't one now. There isn't an
yeah, they
open
can't.
world game where you can buy an apartment and just go to the casino and like get a car and like, just do all
No,
these things. That doesn't exist.
there isn't. And like I think like literally, I think Cyberpunk like CDPR they wanted to do that, and now I think they're
Hmm.
realizing like oh like we
Yeah.
you don't step up to the plate with
Hmm.
someone like fucking Rockstar and think you're gonna fucking like CDPR like that's like what I think like I'm waiting for them too, but like I think just like No Man's Sky, we will be getting like the version of Cyberpunk that we were promised like
Hmm.
5 years from
Hmm.
now, like literally
Yeah.
5 6 years from now, dude.
So I guess lastly, we'll just quickly look at GTA 6, like the actual game itself, the story mode, the campaign. What do you think the setting is? Where's the map or maps? Like what's the location? Are you going Vice City on that?
Um, I think you'll start out in Vice City. I think it's going to like if they're going to do a campaign only game, they are going to jump time like no other. They will probably jump time. They're not going to keep you in the same like character even. I think you'll be playing a lot of different perspectives or like maybe a few. So yeah, I think you'd start out at Vice City, but I think you're going to go to Liberty City. I think you're going to go to like maybe every place at that
Hmm.
point. I think like if they don't release the cities beforehand on GTA Online, like they will release GTA 6 and it will show you every single city that they're going to release in GTA Online. You know what I mean? Like, and then at that point, it might be like an Elder Scrolls Online where they release different provinces of Elder Scrolls. Like they could release a city for $9.99 or $20, and people would fucking buy. Imagine releasing Liberty City with everything in
Oh
it.
yeah.
You didn't have to wait. You didn't have to wait for updates. You didn't have to wait for like 2 years for all the updates. It was just all there. People would pay fucking $50 for that immediately.
Like it's just like you could just give us expansions on GTA Online. Like I will pay for every single one that like that's why I was bummed out about that heist when it was first announced. I was like, oh my god, a new piece of land to go explore. And then I found out all the shit that I had to go through just to get over there. I was like, nah, I just wanted to literally click a button and go there. I just wanted to like hop in a jet ski and just jet ski over there. Like I just want to be able to buy my way there.
Yeah, and like after you do the heist, you can go to
Yeah.
the airport, but you have to you have to go through all
But
that.
that
stupid
airport is
shit in
very
order to
telling,
do
man.
it.
That I think that paves the way for everything that we're talking about.
And I think that's literally it, man. Like you'll go up to that airport, you'll go up to that airplane marker, and you'll select where you want to go. Fuck, knowing Rockstar, they might even make an entire fucking airport where you walk into the airport and there's like everybody, like it would be a place.
Yo, imagine if you had to like catch your flight. If like you only could go to Liberty City at a certain times of the day, so you'd get there and you're 20 minutes early, and you just have to wait for that plane to take off.
That would be pretty dope, dude. Like, I mean, people would hate it, but it'd be pretty fucking sick.
That falls into exactly what we were talking about earlier, where it's like me and you would love that because it's realistic and it's simulation, and I would love just being like, "Fuck, I'm early. Like, what am I gonna do in this downtime?" And everybody else is just like, "No, why can't I just go to the airport and go where I want to go when I want to do it?" And it's just like they want the convenience where I want the realism, and it's fair. It's fair. I get it, but we all want different experiences, but.
But I think like that it would be pretty cool for like the airport to be a hub where like people can't like they all meet where it's kind of like a Destiny hub where like you can't kill each other. You're all just meeting up there to go to different places. You know what I mean? That would be dope. Where like if you had an actual inside of an airport and you saw characters like literally maybe even walking through the metal, like even if they didn't do anything, like if they were walking through the lines, like that would be dope.
If there was proximity chat, like god damn it, like I think that's the number one thing that I want. It's just
my god, they need proximity chat,
and not even just proximity chat because so many people don't use microphones. Proximity chat, and also the lobby that says like, hey, this is RP, this is the relaxed mode, this is everyone, we want everyone to have a microphone in here, like because I want to just run by these people in the airport and like talk to them like, where are you going, what did you get into over there? And it's like,
I don't know why they didn't do proximity chat because honestly, if you go into the game chat in Red Dead, your mouth moves when you talk,
and they do in GTA RP
literally,
too.
Yeah, it literally your mouth like
amazing.
You took the fact that I couldn't look at my phone, but you made my mouth move when I fucking talk. You fucking dickheads. Dickheads.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. Casey and I will probably be back for further discussions in the future. I'm still waiting on that Riders Republic re-reveal. Want that release date? That's the next one on my on my most anticipated list. But we'll do this again, I'm sure. Keep an eye out on our YouTube page for some more GTA Online gameplay videos. We'll probably put more of those up also, and all sorts of other stuff is on there and going to be there in the future as well. Website's www.rosemary.media. Check that out for everything else that we do. Casey, any last words you want to give the people?
No, other than
this is the image he wanted to give us the entire time we were doing this.
I was gonna talk this way the entire time.
Where the microphone sits exactly in front of his face, and you can't even tell. Maybe it's not even you.
Maybe it's not me.
You're actually like in the bath. You've been on the toilet this entire time, and this is just like a dummy body that you sat in the chair.
That'd be pretty good.
Later, guys.
No, other than listen to Korn and watch Small Soldiers. Always. There's two things you have to do in your life.